whole man.
But you're trying to date a man, isn't it?
So what would you say is max? Is the limit for you?
Okay, this is not like this is what I think of when I'm also trying to be realistic. 2 is insane. Probably like 12.
Hey. Say I cannot cook. I don't know how to cook.
Then I'm not with you in the first place. What the heck?
But you don't know how to change the wheels too, then.
If my man is treating me the way that I need to be,
you're a housewife. If you're a housewife.
Let me then. If my man is treating me the way that I need to be treated, I naturally will want to cook for him. Yeah.
You're making it seem like I'm being sexist here.
You're
because you know what?
That's so big.
No. Hold on. Child.
Yeah.
No. Because the issue is that you think that as a woman, my weakness is not being able to cook or clean. It's my weakness as an adult not being able to cook or clean. It's got nothing to do with my gender.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any sense. That's silly. That's insane. If my dad didn't know how to cook, I'd be like, sir, that's weird.
That's weird because he doesn't know how to cook.
It would be weird. He does know how to cook, but it would be weird if he didn't know how to cook at his big age, because it's not about being a man or a woman.
So he won't.
It's about being an
survive.
adult.
He will survive. I mean, regardless, you know.
Yes, but the issue is that when a woman says they don't know how to cook or clean, it's like,
So is it a good thing? Is there a good thing a woman should know how to cook?
It's a good thing for a person to know how to do. It's got nothing to do with.
Oh, it's got nothing to do with gender.
Sorry, that's what I'm trying to be explaining the whole time.
Oh my god.
Listen. You're not getting. Listen.
You guys are not getting my point.
Listen,
do you understand? Okay, why
Let's
we have a man and a woman dating? Why?
What do you mean?
It's not because we're a team. You're good at something I'm not good at. Then we can both work together as a team to make something.
No one's not saying that. No, listen. So, no one's not saying that.
You against what's it called?
Because, I don't know. Because the issue is that you're assigning a particular role.
Because that's what you girls are good at. It's simple.
But that's what we're saying. It's not about being a woman that you have to be good at.
That's what you think. You're an exception. That's what you think. A lot of people who are there who's gonna agree with me. We can say in the comment section. Listen. In the comment section, maybe we're gonna get some people to agree with me. We're gonna see. I want people to say something, whatever they think of this. You know what I mean? If they truly agree.
If you agree with
that, just accept it. You're good at that. I'm not good at that.
Okay, listen.
What I'm good at, I'll do it. And whatever you're not good at, you will do it.
I take so much pride in knowing that I can cook and that I'm a good cook and that I can cook for my family and then potentially a future husband and then future kids, right? That's not the issue. That's cool. But the problem is that you think it's my job because it's my strength as a woman, and what I'm trying to say is that it's got nothing to do. It's not a role. It's just I'm an adult. I should know how to cook. And
so mowing the grass
myself
for a man. Mowing the grass, is it a role for a man? Or changing the tire? Is it a role?
Changing the tire
is a role.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a role, but more men. No. Hold on.
You're just trying to stay in the middle. Just say yes or no. Simple.
I wouldn't say it's a role, but it's something that more men know how to do.
Exactly. Same way women are.
No, because I know women who can change tires. So it's not.
That's an exception. That's like 2 out of 100. It doesn't make the rule.
There are a lot of females.
Exceptions don't make the rule. See, I'm telling you, like just like you said, what's it called? What's the name of the best cook? The guy,
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, he's good too. He's an exception. How many men are good as him? That's what I'm saying.
Look up.
There's a lot of men.
Famous male chefs right now. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is most men are not good at it. And if they're not good at it, don't take it for them. Same way, same way if a girl says she cannot mow the grass or change it, nobody's gonna say go crazy and say,
you're telling me.
So you're telling me. But you use a car too. You use a car, isn't it too? Why can't you change the tires? Oh yeah, you use a car. It's a basic thing for everybody to know. You use the grass too. You have grass in front of the house. Oh yeah, it's a basic thing for everybody to know how to do. Yeah, okay. But if she says she cannot,
I never said that it was the role of a man.
Everybody will go crazy.
No, because I never said it was the role of a man to know how.
Okay, let me put it this way. Okay, it's your strength then.
What?
Cooking and cleaning.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly, but that's what we're saying.
But I'm not. Hold on, but I'm not saying. No, the difference is that yes, it may be my strength, but it's not my strength because I'm a woman. It's a strength because I'm an adult and I need to know how to look after myself. And if my mum's not home, I need to be able to cook for myself and not wait for mummy to be able to cook me a meal. That's the difference. Me being a woman and me being nurturing has nothing to do with it being a role that I can be in the kitchen and whip up a meal. That's what I'm saying. It's not, I'm not sitting here saying that it's not a strength as a woman to be able to cook, because usually when we're in love, we like doing those things for our men.
Yes.
Absolutely. But the issue is that you think that because I'm a woman, that's my strength.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is that's not what it is at all.
I disagree with the guys, but let's move on.
I feel like we're gonna stay
out
on
of the
this
topic
topic
right now.
for a long time.
We're so out of the topic
That's
right
what
now.
I'm saying. We're out of
Let's go back to
right
what
now.
we're talking
Alright,
about. Back to what we're talking about. I
So I
think
feel like we've spoken too much a lot on
we're coming
red
from the
flags.
high body counts, and we went into this, what's it right? I mean, and we're talking about now. Let's go into the red
before
flags.
we get back into red flags. I feel like what you call it not knowing how to cook is a red flag. It shouldn't be a red flag for women.
But for women and men.
If I'm, let's just say, okay, I'm a woman, right? Putting myself in the shoes of women, I wouldn't date a man if he doesn't know how to cook.
Thank you.
Basically, telling me you can't take care of yourself.
But it's not a role.
Let me say this too.
He's gonna go to restaurants, gonna go out to, like, you know what I mean?
If you guys are saying that, let me also say this. If you're a lady, you cannot change the tires and you cannot mow the grass too, that's a red flag. That's something.
If you hold on, no.
You're a lady.
That's your opinion, right? That's personal.
That's not my opinion. That's the truth, because that's you guys' truth too, yeah.
Can I just say, if you are living on your own and you've got a lawn and you don't know how to mow it, girl, what are you doing? If you're living on your own and you have a car and you can't change a tire, what are you doing? That's valid. But it's not because it's a role, it's because it's a basic thing that you need to know how to do if you are living on your own. Do you see what I'm saying?
So what's a man's strength?
Wait,
what's a man's strength? What's a female strength? What are the things?
Hold on.
I think it honestly depends on the relationship on what.
It doesn't depend. It depends on being a human being.
Wait,
that's what I'm saying.
Hit the brakes.
Yeah,
I think we're still going out of context. All right, let's get back to context. All right, we're talking about red flags here. We've spoken about red flags.
Yeah.
Before relationship. Now let's get into red flags during relationship. Okay, if you're in a relationship, I feel like we've touched on that, like a little bit on that. Let's get into details on that. Okay, what are some red flags? Okay, and I will start with this. All right, during a relationship that you have to look out for, or that you wouldn't accept. Personally, I would say disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, knowing how to talk, the tone, body language. He's pointing fingers.
What?
Why you pointing fingers? Why you pointing fingers? Why you pointing fingers?
Why are you mentioning the tone when she said the tone?
Yeah, because I'm just touching on that. Because she said her tone goes up like when she's getting.
So your message is directed to her, yeah?
It's not directed to her.
No, but like even if it was, it's still.
No, I'm just joking.
But like even if it was, like when I feel disrespected after a certain point or period, my tone of voice is gonna change when I talk.
And you have the right to express yourself when you're upset, you know. But sometimes you still have to watch the tone. You have to know that that's your man. That's a man. You get it?
I will do that if he respects me, though. That's the thing.
So if he doesn't respect you, will go any length.
No. I'm not saying that. But
still, you stay in control.
No. Because if, again, like we were talking about before, if I've come to you about something that I don't like, something that you do that I don't like, and I have to come to you over and over and over and over and over and over again, eventually it's natural. As a human being, you're gonna get mad, you're gonna raise your voice, you might even yell a little bit like that. That's inevitable. So, but for me to get to that point, I already think that you don't respect me.
Fair enough.
So why would I respect you if you don't respect me, sort of thing? And it's not even a matter of like,
at the end of the day, respect is reciprocal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It goes both ways. You know, you guys gotta respect yourself, but you know,
it's completely.
It's not just the gender thing now. Now we know what we're talking about.
It's not just the gender thing.
It goes both ways. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you were saying something. But yeah,
voice, yes, definitely.
In a relationship, I think personally speaking, I think the red flags before relationship is more than in a relationship. That's what I think, though. Because there's a lot of things you can see outside of the relationship.
Yes, if you can notice that.
Because especially when in the relationship with a person, you might be a little bit blind. You know,
love is blind,
you're gonna ignore, tolerate some things you wouldn't tolerate at all before you even get in a relationship with a person. And you know those things are really bad. You know,
that's honestly what friends are for. Like, because they will, like, recently, one of my friends, unfortunately just went through quite a bad breakup, and there might have been a few things that I had to mention to her, but she was like, "Oh, actually, yeah, that's not it." But that's only because I'm not in the relationship and I'm not in love with. But the same vice versa, vice versa. She did the same with me when I was in a relationship. Because when you're in a relationship, you only ever want to see the best.
That's right.
Only ever want to see the best, and it's not because you're forcing yourself to. It's because naturally you don't want to believe that the person that you love would ever disrespect you in a way that you can't actually like see or feel. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it takes someone else on the outside to be like, girl, that's not,
That's
you
right.
know?
Yeah.
So I think with that, it's definitely, you sometimes have to have input from the outside.
But
Sometimes it honestly depends, because there are some, especially growing up, there were some people that I just didn't tell anything because I was like, you're just gonna give me the worst advice ever, and then I'm gonna end up completely brokenhearted even more than I was to if I was to follow my own.
that's right.
But so I also think that depends on the friends that you have. My friends are good.
I
They're
believe
solid.
I'm a believer of single female, and I'm talking about females right now. Now you guys are gonna say I'm gen.
It's the sexist, yeah.
Nah, I'm a believer of like single women keep women single. That's what I think.
Sorry, say that again.
Single women
Keep women single. Yes.
Single women keep women single.
What he's trying to say is,
because misery loves company at the end of the day. That's one thing you gotta realize, yeah. I just think most of the time, yeah, in every relationship with what things I've seen and heard, I think most of the advice the ladies, especially single ladies, oh, he did this, oh, you know
the
what,
bad
break up
advice,
with him, you know,
break up
did
with
this, you know
him,
what I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
comes from the single ladies. Yep.
but she would tolerate it if she's in a relationship, you know what I mean? And but she wants you to be single so bad, you know what I mean?
Because
I
she's
just
single,
think
yeah.
misery loves company. And also at the end of the day, too, maybe she's single, you guys hang out together, you know,
Exactly.
like you guys can hang out together, but I'm good. What are you doing today? I'm going out with my man. She's not happy with that, you know,
She
like
wants
there's
you
a
to hang
whole
out
lot
with
of
him, yeah.
things to it, you know what I mean? That's what I think.
I also think that comes down to her just being jealous. I know for me, I don't have anyone in my circle who would ever mislead me or
That's what you think.
no,
But
I
you
know
will
that.
never know.
No,
never know.
the girls that I no the girls that
You can
I
never know.
have.
I'm telling you, sometimes the
Sir,
truth,
why do you keep talking over me?
you would never know. That's the thing.
But you don't know my friends though.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know your friends. That's
But
what I'm saying.
no, the girls that I have around me, and I'm talking like it's like a solid 5. Like it's not like my
5 out of all?
initial like when I say a solid 5, I mean like I've really only got like 5 to 6 solid friends who I
Oh, okay.
continuously like. It's not like I've got all these friends and I'm like, oh my god, he did this, he did that, and I've got like a million and one things and ideas coming at me. It's very much so a very tight knit group of girls that I tell all my really personal things to. So all the girls that I have around me, they tell me when I'm in the wrong all the time.
That's not what I'm saying.
All
But
the
do you
no,
believe one day?
no, hold on. I'm saying that because if I'm in the wrong in my relationship and it has happened where I've gone to them and I've been like, he did this, he did that, I didn't, and they're like, Annick, why are you getting up? This is stupid. Like, you sound dumb right now. Like, I have a really, really, really good set of friends who will put me in my place if I need to be put in my place. So, but I do understand what you mean when you say that girls will be like, oh, girl, like, he's so bad, da, 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 and then, like, you'll break up with him and then she'll be like, oh, single. But I know what you mean, but that's not the case for everyone.
Yeah, yeah. And
Definitely not the
but
case for me.
do you believe sometimes? Yeah, the it might seem like she's telling you the truth, and it might sound like the truth, but it's camouflaged with jealousy and maybe like I will not wanting something good for you. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
No,
For
I
example,
do.
yeah, maybe
She
the
got
man
5
does something.
men,
Maybe the man
usually.
does something. You know what I mean? The guy did something really bad. You know what I mean? And you told
Mm.
that. Truthfully, I mean, most people are gonna say, "Oh yeah, you know what? He did this for." What's the extreme thing a man can do? Let's not say cheating. Maybe something, maybe a threat to your life. Maybe it's like really, really violent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Abusive.
You know, she can tell you and say, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, you know what? This is not good for you because you know one day you can die." You know, but you know, sometimes it might not be what's it called truth.
What?
Like what she's saying to you, you think, oh, she's telling you the truth. She's giving you the best advice, but sometimes deep down, that's not what she meant. That's not what she wants.
With a death threat? Or a threat.
Not a threat. But...
Well, that's the example you just
Let it
used,
make
though.
sense. Let it make sense, right?
Okay, so for example, yeah, let's say you're dating a guy. The guy's really violent physically. You know,
Mm-hmm.
That's too much. Nah.
Yeah.
it's not okay. Maybe
Now-
emotionally.
Maybe
It's
emotionally
abusive.
abusive?
Yeah, emotionally
And
abusive.
they
Let's say,
don't Oh.
let's say that. Let's say maybe he's emotionally abusive. You know what I mean? And she tell you, nah, you need to get out of this relationship. You know what I mean? The guy is doing something bad, truly. You know what I mean? And most people are just gonna say, oh yeah, this is not good for you. You know what I mean? Truly, most people are gonna say that, but who knows? Maybe that. Do you really think maybe sometimes when she said that she really wants the good thing for you? Because maybe that's not the best outcome for your relationship.
What, to leave if
Maybe
my
that's not-
boyfriend is emotionally abusive towards me? Why wouldn't I leave?
You would leave.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Most people won't.
Okay, but we're talking about friends misleading you.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying like most people wouldn't leave. No, oh, you know what? This is not the best thing for me. The best thing for me is not to leave. They know, you know what I mean? And maybe it's truly, you know what I mean? But it sounds like the truth. Or yeah, you should leave. Once it's abusive, then leave, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it will change. Maybe the guy has the prospect to change, you know what I mean? And should not leave, you know what I mean? And maybe after the guy left the relationship, the next guy he met, he was so good with the girl. It was no emotionally abusive. Was the best girl guy for the girl. You know what I mean? Then you will be thinking, oh shit, why did I leave? That wasn't the best thing. Maybe if I had a chat with him, you know, maybe we would have talked. But it sounds like the truth to you, like, oh, you know what?
I can tell you right now, men who are emotionally abusive, they don't stop. I was with someone for a whole year.
Are you a man?
Huh?
Are you a man?
It doesn't. Sorry. What? Oh God. It's got nothing to do with being a man.
It's got something to do with the man.
I feel like you have something against something. Do you have something against?
What do you mean? I'm just saying what about.
Because you've been talking here the whole time.
We're just having a conversation. I'm saying my opinion.
It's got nothing to do with being a man or a woman. If you're emotionally abusive, you're emotionally abusive, and you
said
leave.
so. Basically, you said all the men who are emotionally abusive wouldn't change. That's what you said, isn't it?
People change.
Did I say that? Did I say every emotion?
So how did she say?
Did I say that?
No, you didn't.
So, but wait. If I get what you said, you said most of emotional ones got. So what did you say? Call me. I mean,
what did you hear? What did you hear?
I heard what I heard was
what did you
most
hear?
of the men who are emotionally abusive wouldn't change. That's what I heard.
I did not say that.
Oh, what did she say? Oh, say.
I said,
my bad.
I said most of the time, when a man is emotionally,
abusive.
No, it's honestly got nothing to do with whether or not you're a man. If someone's emotionally abusive, it doesn't usually stop, because when someone is emotionally abusive, they're not emotionally intelligent.
It doesn't stop. They wouldn't change.
Hold on. They're not emotionally intelligent.
She said it doesn't. They don't stop.
They're not emotionally intelligent enough to be able to understand that what they're doing is actually wrong. I remember nights where I was sitting there bawling my eyes out in front of my ex while he would be standing out there talking so horribly to me, and it would just continue and the fact that I was crying and bawling my eyes out and apologizing wasn't enough for him to realize that what he was doing was wrong. When someone's emotionally abusive, they don't care. That's why they're emotionally abusive, because they know they can be. And it's got nothing to do with being a man or a woman. It's purely if someone wants to beat you down to the point where you're in the pits of hell, they will. It's that simple.
I totally understand what you say. They won't stop. It won't change. What's the difference? School me. I'm just trying to understand. They won't stop. They won't stop. They don't change. What's the difference? I'm just trying to understand.
But the thing is that you shouldn't have to stay with someone in hopes that they will like, as soon as they're emotionally abusive, you need to get out, because no one who loves and respects you is going to be abusive in any way, shape, or form. You shouldn't have to sit them. You shouldn't have to sit them down and be like, okay, babe, I didn't like it when you called me a bitch. It actually really upset. You should know that calling someone that in a relationship is just downright disrespectful.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, if you're emotionally abusive, in some ways you're actually kind of, apart from being emotionally unintelligent, you are actually intelligent in some ways, because you know how to knock someone down so bad but be able to keep them stay.
That's right.
So, do you know what I mean? But it should never be a conversation. If someone's emotionally abusing you, you need to get.
No, at the end of the day, everyone's got the choice. You can leave or stay.
But sometimes it's not that easy, and that's exactly why I stayed for a year. Like, sometimes it's not that easy, especially when it's your first relationship and you think you're in love. Like, it's the same. I don't want to compare being emotionally abused to being physically abused as the same, because they're definitely not.
They're two different things.
But the effects of being abused in a way that you feel like you need to stay are the same, and it's very complicated, but it doesn't require
If
conversation.
somebody is what's it called manipulative, so good at manipulating, is it emotionally intelligent or unintelligent? I don't know. What do you think? Is the person emotionally intelligent or not? If a
To
person is
manipulate
manipulative,
someone, you have to be intelligent, yes.
if he's manipulative,
Yes, because you're able
smart
to keep someone around while,
You'll be emotionally abusive.
but yeah, just being terrible to them. But what I was saying when I said you're not emotionally intelligent enough, it is had to do with the fact that a conversation is never just gonna, like, it's not gonna work. Because if you can sit there and be okay with me bawling my eyes out, you're obviously not gauging the fact that this is not right, and you're not gonna change. Do you know what I mean? But you're smart enough to know that if you keep doing this, but then you do a little extra on the side, like buy me flowers or like take me, and then I'll stay. That's what I meant.
I'm
If
writing
there
that down.
if there was a
But yeah, okay, but I don't know. So but when, not trying to get personal, but do you think you were perfect in the relationship too? Were you perfect?
I don't actually think I got a chance to be perfect, to be honest, because
So you had your fault too.
I think I did, but it wasn't a result of me just being like making a mistake. I think it was a result of him treating me the way that he was treating me. Like, it got to the point where I was yelling at him when we were talking, and obviously you shouldn't be yelling at him, it's childish. But it got to the point where I was yelling at him and I was cussing at him. We were cussing at each other and that sort of thing. So yeah, it was really, really bad. It was really, really bad. But it wasn't, that's not who I started off as in the relationship.
That's not you.
That was not me at all. That relationship turned me into someone I don't even, ew, yuck, literally disgusting. But yeah, no, his actions weren't, sorry, my actions weren't a result of who I was as a person. It was a result of how he was treating me.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Drago.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why we keep diverting like from the whole topic of the red flag, but it's really interesting to talk about. You know,
It kind of, it's kind of like the question itself is kind of vague, so it kind of ends up like trickling into
true,
other things. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there were a few other things about the red flags you were gonna talk about, right? Or was it me? What was I gonna talk about? Oh yeah, I was saying I think there's a lot of things outside the relationship than in the relationship. That was what I was saying that led us to this conversation the other time, and I think most of the red flags are outside. To be honest, I don't know, because most of the things I can think of is outside of the relationship. The things you're gonna see before relationship. You know what I mean? Like with the female, yeah. And I'm just gonna like, it's a big topic, but I'm just gonna like list it. You know, I think another thing which is a red flag in a woman is I say the first, okay, being a feminist. You know. And when I say a feminist, let me wait. Don't get triggered.
I hope you're gonna say what I think you're gonna say.
What do you think I was gonna say?
Well, I think now the word feminist has been thrown around so much that it's like, we hate men. Man, like that's not what it was originated from. Like, that's not what it was supposed to be about. But people have 100%. Turned it into fuck man, don't like you. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what
I was gonna talk about.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah. So, like, I'm a feminist. And when I say I'm a feminist too, in the terms of I support, or you know, or the things women were allowed to do back there, you know, they were allowed to go to school, go vote, all these things, you know, which is good, you know, which is good to see. But I'm talking about modern day feminists.
Okay, what don't you like about modern day?
I just think most of them is just hatred towards men, and they love to act the victim, even in the world where they have a lot of power, you know, so that power and everything.
That's valid.
That's what I think. So if I see that, I would know. I mean, that's a big issue. We're just gonna be arguing on stupid things, you know, in the relationship. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to do that. You know what I mean? And I think another red flag is multiple baby daddies. For the men who loves to date, or what's it called? They love to date, you know.
I think multiple.
I didn't say having a baby daddy. Multiple baby daddies,
and vice versa.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like yeah, vice versa. Having multiple baby moms. Like, what do you do?
I think that's a red flag. Me personally, I wouldn't date a woman who has that.
No,
kid,
neither.
You know? But I'm saying for the men, who, you know, I think it's a big red. That's a very, very big. Because to me, yeah,
how many is too many?
more.
What, she's gonna say
Depends.
more than 2.
More than 2. 2 or more than 2, to be honest.
2 baby daddies.
But
That's
I feel like that's fair. That's
this is too much.
2 baby daddies, especially if
Too
you have
much.
like man, because you have 2.
Even one is like too much.
Some men would what's it called? To be honest, I haven't really seen 2. Most of it, it's either I see is a
I've seen
1
2.
or 4, or there's no. I've never seen like
I've
2.
seen
You know what I
2.
mean? Most of
That's
them I've seen.
crazy.
I've seen. There's a lot of girls here in
4
Sydney.
kids, 4
yeah, and
In Sydney,
4 kids, 4 dads.
I know this was it called girl.
it's just rap.
Don't
3.
mention- don't
I'm not gonna mention anyone's name, but I need help.
Oh, he knows people.
I know a few who has like about 3. I know another one who has 2.
I know just
and I
2,
know the
yeah.
one that has 4.
Right.
Actually, I'm curious. I want to know who's
3.
got 4.
Nah, why would I say their name here?
Putting on boss on the
You know what I mean?
podcast is insane.
To me, like if you have multiple baby daddies, to be honest, I just think your decision skills is horrible.
No, that's fair.
You don't
That's
have good
valid.
decision
'Cause
skills. You know what I mean?
I would think the same.
Because why? Why 3 baby daddies, 4 baby daddies with 3 different men? So when you made the first one, you didn't know, you thought it was gonna be the second one, so it's not the second one again. So you want me to come as the Mr. Cleanup guy, I'm gonna clean up everything.
No, that's valid. I feel like that's the same for.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna be the cleanup guy because I mean at the end of the day, it's of no benefit to the guy anyways. The babies are liability to him at the end of the day. It's no asset to him,
Of course.
at the end of the day, because
As
he has
bad
to
as
share
that
his
sounds.
resources with somebody else
Kids.
generation or whatever, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day too is it's a bad thing for him too, because if he has $100, for example, and he has 1 kid with a girl, you know what I mean? But he has to share. I'm not
The
saying,
other
you know what I mean?
kids too, yeah.
He's gonna have to give this one $1, this one, they have to share. The whole his own resources is not even enough for
People
his
do
own
it
real
though.
thing, you know what I mean?
I
People
can
do it. I'm not against that.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
you see a lot of people doing a lot of crazy things, you know what I mean? That was their choice, you know what I mean?
I
But I'm
think it
just saying-
takes a very, very special and selfless person to be able to be with someone who has multiple children by multiple people already.
yeah.
And knowing that it's, I don't know. I personally, I couldn't do it. I
Same.
definitely couldn't do it. I once got hit on by a guy with a kid. I was
Same.
like,
I don't know if George
You
wants
gotta
to
be
be the
so
Mr. Cleanup guy.
Who wants to be Mr. Cleanup guy? I wouldn't be saying one.
no, it's too much. Especially
Nah.
at this age, I feel like it's a bit like I'm
Well,
not
people
ready
do
to be
it.
a,
Living in Sydney. Ooh.
People do it.
I didn't know.
I'll show you a few after. I think you know one, actually.
I know one.
Yeah.
I know a few baby mamas.
Nah, I'm not just obviously there's a few ones that has
a few
one
people that like
but
will
I'm talking
take.
about the one that has 2+, like
I know a few of them. A few.
black, white.
And honestly, I could mention names, but it's not. It's
No,
not, it's
why
not,
would
it's
you
not,
mention
it's not important,
You gotta beat that out.
And yeah, and what other things? I think in women, and I'm gonna go to the men side too, like
Before you continue, we'll take 2 more pointers from you, and then 1 from Annique, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah,
Yeah?
definitely.
All right.
And another thing for me, which is both ways, is being a sex worker and having OnlyFans. I've seen a lot of people these days. I've seen people in a relationship having OnlyFans, like they're all partners on OnlyFans, or he's a sex worker, you know what I mean? And then
OnlyFans is
what I mean?
making more money than a lot of men out there. So can you really blame them?
No one is against that. At the end of the day, there's something. At the end of the day, whatever you get easy is not respected. At the end of the day, if you do something and it's easy to do, yeah. Do you want me to give an example?
Hold on. I feel like that should be looked at more as a preference rather than a red flag. Because if you're if it turns into a red flag, it's because you like the person and you can maybe potentially see them being in your life in a bigger capacity than they already are. I feel like that's a preference. If you don't want someone who is a sex worker, you don't want someone who's a sex worker. Like you're not gonna maybe I feel like actually no, I was gonna say maybe red flags you can compromise, but definitely not. But I do feel like that's more of a thing that's just like, okay, cool, that's you. I personally, but it's not like a red flag, and like it's not something that would potentially like lead into, I don't know. I feel like it would just be a matter of, okay, well that's not my thing.
That's not what you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think another one I'm gonna think about is when I see a female who doesn't have a female friend in her life, that's a red flag to me. That's a sign for me.
Having like male friends.
She doesn't have
Like zero
female
female friends, only guys.
Only guys. Nah, that's
Okay, yeah, that's a bit.
that's a giant red flag.
Yes, because I'll be thinking there's something wrong with you for females not to be able to even tolerate.
But you know what? That's a
know,
red flag for girls. Like if I come across someone who or a woman who doesn't have any female friends, I'm like, girl, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, how are you behaving? But not even women to like you. Like,
I would
please.
know this because at the end of the day, if I choose to keep your date, at the end of the day, is one day the shoulder to lean on is gonna swiftly turn into like a
That's
dick to
valid.
ride.
I feel like that's the same.
That's right.
Why would I want to keep someone like that? You know what I mean? And yeah, and pretty much, and also me personally, this is my personal opinion. I don't know about some people out there. The what's it called?
You don't want anyone to come for
The
you.
raw dog warriors, Well, if you another thing is I can't date. A red flag for me is being obeyed to. I don't know. Shout out to the fat people. I don't know, but
that's
me
it should be a
personally.
preference.
Again, I feel like that's more.
That's what I'm saying. Me personally, because it's an unspoken something about you to me. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna see it as a preference or what's it called.
It should be a red flag.
To me personally, it's a red flag. This is the reason why I said
even if it's
it cannot be a red flag
it
to
be
you.
A red flag.
That's your
It
preference.
should be a preference.
Your preference.
No. The reason why I say there's a difference between a red flag and preference is because if I'm talking to someone, I'm like, okay, fine, like yeah, this is going well, and then they do something that I'm like, red flag. It's because I was already attracted to you. If I can see something like directly in front of my eyes, like someone being overweight, I'm just not gonna even entertain that in the first place. It's just a preference. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like a preference, like for example, I only date black men and Polynesians. Like, do you know what? Like if a white man then came up, I'd be like, no, like I'm okay. Like, do you know what? A preference. I wouldn't say red flag. Like why do you as a white boy think that you can come up to me as a black woman sort of thing?
That's not
like I do you know what? Like I feel like
but the reason
that
why
was
it's a red
shitty
flag is
example.
because there's always a reason behind that. At the end of most of the things we've listed can be your preference too. Some people like a woman with higher body count. Go say, oh yeah, she got experience this. Trust me. Some people.
No one likes women with high body count.
You think so? So what
Actually,
about the guys
like
dating only guys? What's it called?
I feel like, but like weird kinky people. No, weird. That's
What about the people dating the OnlyFans girls and everything? That's their preference.
Yeah.
They seen that, they like that.
But that's what I'm saying.
I mean?
That becomes a preference. The not wanting someone who doesn't want to do OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So I'm tripping up my words. Someone who approaches you and they do OnlyFans, I don't think that's a red flag. I think that's just a preference.
Yes.
Fair enough.
The same way. What was the thing that you said that you didn't like?
Obese.
Obese. Yeah, I feel like again, it's a preference. Like, no, I'd rather someone who was more in my lifestyle, because you're right, it becomes a lifestyle thing.
And to the people that I didn't say, I'm not saying if you're a thick woman, what's it called? I'm not saying. I say you're obese. Obese.
There's a difference between obese and thick.
Yeah.
If you're obese, you know what I mean. I didn't say you're
like
fat.
if you're severely overweight, I don't think that's a red flag. I think that characteristic.
Both ways.
Yeah, no,
as a man, especially, you're obese.
Absolutely. I think that their character could maybe
preference.
I feel like that's more of a preference. I feel like their character could possibly be classified as a red flag. Like you're not disciplined. You don't like yourself.
It's unspoken something about you to me. You know?
But I feel like again, it's still a preference rather than a red flag. A red flag is like being secretive or little white lies.
True.
Then it gets to the point where I just don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth, or speaking really aggressively. Like those things, I feel like a red flags. But someone being obese, but like that's like me saying white boys are a red flag because I don't like white boys.
True. Fair
You know what I mean? Like
true.
it's just
like it's really obvious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
True. Yeah. Then I'm gonna give it to you. You were gonna say something too, yeah.
Right.
That's me with the female part,
Right. You get to finish it out for us.
Oh no, that's so much pressure. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's so many, but I can't actually. Maybe like if I'm having a conversation with you and it's just like not emotionally stimulating at all. Like I feel like I'm talking to a 5-year-old. Especially like, I'm 22 and I don't want to just date. I'm dating to marry. Like there's a point to me dating. And then I think, oh gosh, I'm really trying to really don't really talk to men like that, to be honest. Like I just stay away from them as a whole. No offense, not in a bad way. I just can't be bothered, to be honest.
Fair enough.
But I feel like most of the red flags that I have are also things that would be present in like friendships. So I feel like most of the things that I consider red flags, if I can't have a conversation with you, red flag. Because why are you dull? You're dull. You're actually dull. Not being able to communicate, obviously, being emotionally unintelligent, disrespectful, that sort of. But you know what? I also feel like, you know, red flags definitely depend on the experiences that you've had with people. Because I know some of my red flags are nowhere near some of the red flags that my friends have. Like I'll be like, girl, that's crazy. Like, what? But I would say like the top two, because I rant about it all the time, is communication and emotional intelligence. Like if I don't feel emotionally safe with you, it doesn't matter how well you can protect me when we're outside. I don't want to be around you.
Fair enough.
Don't want to be around you.
Do you have any other red flags in a man?
Honestly,
Like
I'm out.
red flags women seen in a man to me.
I
Do
could
you
have written a
any?
list.
My phone's dead. I'm out.
I think one red flag woman really don't like is, I think, frugality. I'm not sure if you guys know what I mean.
Explain. I mean, define
In
it.
context.
So frugality is like, I don't know. I don't want to put it as lack of generosity, but like a guy always, when
Like
I go
a
to the
guy
mall,
that's
they got 50% off there. Let's go there, babe. You know what I mean? Or people go $10 coupons. Something like like I don't know.
Oh,
You find that attractive?
stingy, like being stingy.
Not stingy. It's just maybe stingy. Maybe people can call it stinginess. Do you find that attractive? Like, for example, yeah, you guys are going to, babe, we can save $10 on these. Cool, we got $10 coupons. 50%
I
off.
don't find that. I don't find that attractive because of the way
Like
that
if
my
it's
father
been
has brought me up. Like
yeah,
he spoils my sister and I like you would not believe.
yeah.
Like bad. So, but the thing is that it's not that I mean I expect it, but I'm not going to be butthurt if I don't get it from someone.
Oh, so
Meant to
would you be
be.
alright if the guy is like, we can save
No, but that's what
$2 on
I'm saying. Like
these,
I'm not going to be like I expect it, but if you're not willing to give that to me or you don't feel like you're able to do that, that's cool. That's fine, but
To be honest, at the end of it, it's not about giving though. I'm talking about like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that's
like
generosity.
you know he
It's
can
just
afford it, but he's still like
like
oh,
all these like
yeah, that's weird.
that's
Hella weird. No,
Yeah.
that's
Like-
that's really strange.
saying I wouldn't want to have a friend like that too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's really strange.
Because I know the kind of friends I keep. We're not talking about dating now, but yeah, with the friends, even the friends I keep as a man, you know what I mean? Like some days you like, we go out, don't worry, I'll shout you out, don't worry, don't worry about it. Next day I'll do it, you know what I mean? Like just do
That's
it,
right, yeah.
We can save $2 if we walk
drive
extra, you know what I mean? Like all these kind of things,
Nah, that's
and even me
big
personally, if I can be friend with a man, there's a few things I look and I'm like, nah, I can't be friend with you. No need to even. So when some girls say that, they can't date a guy like that, I'm like, yeah, true. You know what I mean? Like a guy who seems to, like.
That's so true. I couldn't.
Most of the guys who seems there's in scarcity, and they're so desperate at the end of the day, and I'm pretty much like
that's actually a good point. That's a good pointer.
Yeah. And what again? I can't think of it. I think what's the last thing? Maybe weakness. Weakness.
In what way?
Like a man showing weakness.
What do you mean weakness?
Weakness in any realm, like physical, whatever, financial.
Example?
Is no capable.
Well, yeah, no example because I'm obviously weak in
weakness,
the both of you, like because naturally.
No, he's talking about men.
No, I'm talking about men.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like a man being weak, like.
Got you.
Like, I don't know. I'm gonna see it as a.
Would you say crying is weak?
Yeah.
Oh,
What? I would disagree with you.
Let me just ask me.
That's why I was asking you. Give examples because
that's so sad.
Nobody's saying don't cry. I'm not saying don't cry to the men out there. I don't understand.
don't cry in front of a woman.
Don't cry in front of a woman.
That's not weak.
That's not weak. When a man
Crying,
feel like
That's when like
the men out there,
safe.
don't listen to it.
That's right.
Don't listen to
No,
it.
that's actually
Don't listen to it.
It's
Don't
fine
listen to both of them.
I don't cry in front of my woman before, like so many times. There's
yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
That's your personal.
No, it's only a problem when it's.
Why do you think it's a problem?
No.
Why do you think it's not a
I
problem?
didn't. Why don't I think it's a problem?
Yeah.
Because you should be vulnerable with your
Yes.
partner in every retrospect. Like it doesn't matter. Like you should be able to.
I'm not saying.
But
That's right.
like the whole thing in front of your partner.
I'm not saying.
yeah,
See,
it's
listen.
pretty
I'm
weird.
just saying
But
don't cry.
no,
Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying
Because the moment
don't
you said
cry.
weak,
I'm not
that was
saying
what my mind
you can't associate crying with being weak.
weak. No.
well, crying is a physical manifestation of your inability to lead in a relationship.
What?
Physically, you're manifesting your inability to lead. That's what.
How?
No, what do you mean? But that's you saying that someone crying is
Nobody's against
on
a
what? That
guy
doesn't make any
crying. Let me
sense.
break it down for you. Nobody's against a guy crying. I'm not saying don't cry. You can
No,
cry.
in a relationship. We're talking
Cry
about in a
to a tree,
relationship.
you know what I mean?
Why isn't it okay for a guy to cry?
At the end of the day, I just think once a woman see you cry, the level of respect she has for you will automatically drop. And a lot of women.
Okay, so you were referring to a girl, not a woman, because I can guarantee you, when a woman sees you cry,
Yes.
it's not a
Makes
matter
her
of
love you the more. Is that what you're saying?
That's maturity, you know.
That's
That
not maturity. Bro.
Yes, it
How is that
is.
maturity? Please explain why is the maturity of crying, weeping in front
how's
of
that weak, anyways?
Yeah, how is that weak?
I just explained it.
No, explain it again.
You're not making sense.
I just say it's a physical manifestation of your inability to live in a relationship. Women want to follow a leader, not a follower. At the end of the day, she wants someone who can lead. She wants someone. You're not gonna come here and sit down. I'm not saying don't. I'm not saying a man should never cry in his life or something.
It depends on what you're crying about, though. You know that?
Like,
So
depends on what you're
what
crying
would be
about.
acceptable to cry about in your relationship?
you can cry if somebody else die, maybe like
Oh
your
my
family
God.
die, and you have 2 seconds to do it before you just man up and just
Okay, well that's definitely just you, because I've had people that I've been with who have cried.
They always cry. So why you not with
Always,
them?
not always. Oh,
Always,
no,
but like,
it was other stuff. I'm not
once in a
I'm
blue
not gonna stop
moon,
liking someone or being with someone just because they've cried in front of me. It's just them showing their emotions.
You can cry if somebody dies, you know what I mean? But you got 2 seconds to do it.
But why do you think that that affects their or shows their inability to be able to
I just
lead?
think the level of respect she has for you is automatically a drop. See, you maybe not you personally. Maybe not you personally. What question?
Let's keep focused. We'll get there.
Maybe you personally, I don't know, but a lot of women, to be honest, and I don't know if people can say, I want people to, comment and, say something about it. You crying in front of a woman, a woman,
your woman, let's say your woman.
Your woman,
right.
Okay. Your woman, she's, and she wants to look up to you, right?
Right.
She wants someone better than that, someone who is smart, someone who is financially capable, someone who is stronger, someone who is, a lot of things better than that, right? Which means she's looking up like this, you know what I mean? The moments you show that weakness of, I'm not saying there's some things wouldn't want to make you cry. Some things will make you cry, you know what I mean? At the end of this day, you know what I mean? But she's seeing you looking down, just you crying. It's just like the level of respect is gonna drop. I'm not saying that's gonna cause a breakup, but first time you do it, second time you do it, 3 times you do it, you know what I mean? Little by little, she's losing a lot of respect for you. She is not. See, one thing you gotta understand is like this. Women love conditionally. Yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, most of these women they don't hold us the love. Our mother holds us. You know what I
Love
mean?
is so conditional.
My girlfriend doesn't owe me the love. My girlfriend doesn't owe me the love my mom's owe me. I can count to my mom. She will not say, "Oh yeah, I don't respect it. I don't."
But why
Nothing's gonna happen.
Why are you talking for women?
Why am I talking for a woman?
Yeah, you're saying that a woman will automatically lose respect, but I'm sitting here as a woman saying that's not true.
Well, you are an exception then.
Okay, not everything that I don't agree with you on cannot be me being the exception. That's just crazy.
To be honest, most people are gonna be able to relate with it. Most people are gonna say exactly. I'm not saying don't cry. I'm not saying men never cry in your life or something. Just prove strong or nah. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying some things would make you cry.
Would you say the same thing about showing anger? That shows your inability to be able to lead.
Anger.
Yes.
How? Explain to me. Maybe I don't understand well. You mean a man showing anger or a woman showing anger? So
you said that crying shows a man's inability to be able to lead, and I'm saying, does anger showing an excessive amount of anger or just anger in general, does that show a man's inability to be able to lead the relationship?
Excessive anger.
Or just anger.
But everyone gets angry. You can't say just anger. Excessive. If it's too much, shows his inability to
anger in general. Well, women cry.
Don't you get angry? Don't you get angry?
No, I don't. But that's not the question. That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking. You're saying that crying affects or shows a man's inability to be able to lead, and I'm assuming that you're associating
if your family member dies or somebody you love dies, and you have 2 seconds to do.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying in like Do you so what would you put on the same level as crying in terms of, again, your inability to be able to lead a relationship? So there's crying, what else?
I just said it, like weakness, frugality,
No, but
sleeping, a lot of
emotions.
things.
No, emotions though, because crying is an emotion, anger is an emotion. What other emotions would you say will directly affect a man's ability to be able to lead a relationship? And is it on the same level, or is
Just
it
like you
like
said,
staggered?
excessive anger, because at the end of the day, one day is gonna
Okay, so
probably
that's
throw
two.
hands, you know what I mean?
So you're putting that on the same level as crying.
Excessive anger.
Okay, anger in general, because
Can't put anger.
realistically,
Everybody gets angry.
no, absolutely, but like
Just like I say, everybody cries, but you don't do it in front of that.
realistically, a man and a woman shouldn't.
But do
be
you understand there's some
screaming.
things in a relationship, you guys always make it seem like, oh yeah, just once you guys are in a relationship, just do whatever. The relationship just, there's some things you don't do. It's not your wife or your partner doesn't find it attractive. Simple, don't do it. There's some things you wouldn't do. There's some things you would do behind your girlfriend, you wouldn't do in front of your girlfriend. Because you know the level of attraction for her. If you see you that, she won't respect you.
Some things like
okay, would
How are you
you
saying that about
would you be in a
crying?
relationship? Would you be in a relationship and what can I say? And pay for pussy.
And what?
Pay for pussy.
So
Maybe
Your girl, like pay your girl? Or
Nah, not your girl. Pay an outsider. Let's say you do it.
Why would you do that?
I'm just saying, would you do it in front of her?
Why would you do that though?
Would you do it in front of her? That was the question. Yes or no?
But why would you do that?
Let's say some people are doing it, right? Do you know?
Wait, hold on. If
you know some people are doing
if
it?
you're gonna make examples,
But do you know some people are
you
doing
need
it?
to make them relevant.
Yes.
To
But
crying.
I'm just saying there's some things, even though everybody does it, like everybody cries, right? Everybody gets angry. But I'm saying there's some things you don't do in front of your partner.
No, absolutely. But if we're gonna compare, we need to make them relatable.
like,
Crying
that's
is on a
relatable,
completely
crying, yes.
different level to
Paying for sex, yeah.
for sex.
I
That's
just said there's some things you would do that is unattractive.
Okay, I don't think
That's
you're
what I'm
understanding
saying.
me. That's all fine and dandy. That's cool. I'm not saying that that's not the case. But if we can't put crying and paying for sex on the same level, because it's not the same at all. You definitely would. If you're in a relationship, you're definitely not paying for. That's crazy.
Exactly.
But if you're in a relationship, you can't say I'm not crying. Like that's just a big no. It's on the same level. It's like paying for sex.
Okay. Maybe I should give. Maybe not paying what's it called. You said that probably that's
Put it on the same level as crying. What is something else that you wouldn't do because you think that it would affect a man's ability to lead in a relationship that is on the same level as crying?
I just said it. Weakness in general. Anything that shows your weakness.
You can't go from weakness and then go all the way to freaking Z and say paying for sex.
You guys don't understand. I'm giving an example. Okay, another thing that what's it called in a relationship, yeah. Another thing was called which your girlfriend, maybe you're doing it outside. The whole point of the reason I gave the pussy example is even though some people are doing some things, you know what I mean, but the moment your girlfriend finds out or something like that, the level of respect and the level of attraction.
Absolutely, but crying is not one of them.
So you think crying is alright?
Crying is alright.
Crying now? Okay, crying in front of camera.
Matter of fact, my ex cried.
Why would I cry in front of camera now? What's making me cry in front of camera?
Yeah, that's
if you see him crying, weeping, what's it called? Do you see that as crying?
But I don't see that as someone. Hold on.
Let's say you guys are dating.
If he started crying in front of me right here and now, my first question would be like, what has brought him to be this emotional in front of me? But I'm not thinking, yeah, nigga, damn, that's ick, disgusting. Like that's not the first thing that's coming to my mind at all whatsoever. Because at the end of the day,
because you guys are not dating.
no, even my ex cried in front of me. And I didn't look at him as weak.
The fact that you don't do it doesn't mean
you don't understand. I'm saying it in excessive. I said you can if somebody tries, but you have 2 seconds to do it. Just like I gave it the example the other time. I said you do it the first time, no problem. Second time, third time. The more you keep doing it, the more the level of
and that's what I'm saying. That's wrong. That's not true, especially for a woman. I know it's it's just not true.
You're being stereotypical right now.
Oh.
Based on your experiences, probably.
No, it wasn't even my experience. I kind of know a lot of men out there like that. Trust me.
No.
I'm gonna say, I hope people, the men are gonna say in the comment section. I hope so. Maybe they're gonna watch the.
Absolutely. Where are they getting that from, though? Where are they getting that from? Because you're not a woman, so where are you getting that from?
Where am I getting that from?
Where are you getting
from the men experience?
Right, so that's what I just said. So it's from their own experience, but your own experience is not.
Well, I've never experienced that personally.
So
I've never.
So then where are you getting that from?
Because I've seen a lot of people experience that, you know what I mean?
Okay, but then
you have to experience something to be able to say.
But you've also got to understand that the people that you're also talking to that have that experience might not also be dealing with women. They might be dealing with girls who are not able to comprehend. Oh, that just doesn't make any sense to me. They're dealing with girls and not.
When last did you see your dad crying?
I would say last year, but that was because it was a very serious situation, and he also very old school Nigerian. So I think that has a lot to do with it.
How long was it crying for? Was it crying for a whole day or?
Whole day.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about whole day? No, it was a good 30 minutes. It was me and him crying together over a situation that was very, very serious. And I did not lose a single ounce of respect for my dad when I saw him cry. If anything, I was like...
You gotta understand, what you gotta understand is your partner is different from your parents. Your parents are the one who bore you, right?
But I just said my ex cried in front of me before.
No, I'm just saying, I'm just giving an example. Like, how many times have you seen it? Like, you know, your whole life of you being with your, how many times have you seen him crying? You know,
my dad?
Yeah.
Few times.
Few times.
But again, that was also very serious situations. And I think we also have to acknowledge the fact that because he is very old school Nigerian, he grew up a certain way. And when you grow up a certain way, it determines how you deal with certain things. So I think that's also something.
So you think it all comes back to everyone's personal experiences and how they grow up, their upbringing and stuff?
Sometimes, but I know for a fact that because my ex kind of grew up the same way that my dad did, and the only reason he felt comfortable enough to cry in front of me was because I made that safe space to allow him to cry in front of me. It's that simple.
If you can't cry in front of your woman, it
means you're weak.
No, it means you're not safe. It means you're not emotionally safe.
Safe around your woman.
Absolutely not.
So be it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we are here with Annique, Nigerian French. She says she's French.
Yeah, I don't speak though. Guys, don't.
I asked her that. You speak French? Not even a word.
Bonjour.
Just bonjour. Right.
I know that like a random. What is it? Like I know the word, how to say boy. That's literally it's that and bonjour. I'm plastic.
What are you gonna say to Ryan? What are you gonna say?
What
are you gonna say? What's a final message to people out there?
Final message to people.
Oh goodness, guys, you should have warned me about that. I don't know. Blow the comments up so I come back.
Yes, ladies.
So you're gonna be replying to people in the comments? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
If you all want to see Annique back in the studio,
please
make sure you put that in the comment section below, yo, and make sure you comment down there whether you agree with a lot of things that has been mentioned.
I know one person who's gonna support it, and I know definitely.
I know a lot of people are gonna come for you. A lot of girls are gonna come for you. A lot of women are gonna come for you.
Well, I don't have a YouTube account, so I can't see.
Wait, I have an Instagram account, right?
Okay,
I can just tag you in there.
Okay, well, yeah. But yeah, I know someone who's gonna support you, and I'm just expecting for, you know.
Well, look forward to it then, and hopefully we can have that person on here.
What's your final message, Josh?
My final message to people is that if you recognize any red flag before a relationship, before you get into a relationship, make sure you acknowledge them. Very quick. Acknowledge them before you get into a relationship. If not, Charlie.
Stupid.
Utilo, you're gone.
No point.
Run.
Especially.
Are you gonna say something?
Smacking you right in the face, the red flag of girl, you just.
I think what I'm gonna say one last what's it called, yeah.
Shoot.
At the end of the day, yeah, you're not gonna find 100% perfect person.
That's true. That's true.
That's not. Yeah, no, that won't happen.
You're never gonna, you know, only if you want to date Jesus, you know what I mean? You know, and you can't date Jesus at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, there's still is gonna be, but not to the not some extreme, you know, obvious things which is gonna cost you a long time, you know, which is gonna take the long term happiness away from your relationship. You know what I mean? If it's some things which you can really work on, or, you know, maybe the guy doesn't always, you know, text this time. I mean, that can still change. You know what I mean? That's temporary. You know, at the end of the day, you know. And at the end of the day, just like I said the other time, my point is men have strengths, women have weaknesses. Women have strengths, women have weaknesses. And as a team, we can work together. And as a team, we can
Basic
work together. This is the
necessities.
reason why God create women and women, because we're a complete package. There's some things you're good at, there's some things I'm not good at, some things, you know what I mean? So I think at the end of the day, if we work together as a team, to create something, that's one of the main purposes of we being on earth.
I'll mow the
Yeah.
lawns, okay.
I'm not talking about you personally. But I'm just saying in general, you know what I mean? So, because some people are going to say, oh, no, I cannot, at the end of the day, there's some things you're good at, I'm not good at, some things you're good at, I'm not good at, If we can just work together as a team, that's what the team is for at the end of the day,
That's right.
Workplace, so the team leader is good at this, somebody's good at this, we come together, we make it work out, you know what I mean? That's the purpose of relationship. One of the, best feeling, on earth is, to be with someone who really loves you, at the end of the day. And maybe someone we can cry to. You say that.
No,
But
yeah. You're crazy for that, I'm not gonna lie.
You think so?
Oh, I know so. I think.
I'm gonna have just you and 2 other people as guests so they can come for you.
You mean 2 ladies?
2 ladies, yes.
She was, what's it called? She was enough to, she's sitting down here.
We
It's
need
like
2 Anniques for
3.
you.
3.
Two
She's
of
like
I have
3
someone in
was
mind.
3. Now, once you invite me, I'm just gonna say, nah, I'm busy. I can't do it. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna run away. Can't let them smoke me.
But yeah, ladies
I
and
did.
gentlemen,
What? Huh?
before we bring this podcast to an end, Annick, I forgot to mention. Shout out your Instagram, in case people have some questions for you.
Oh no.
You know,
I'll be up all night.
Tell us what your Instagram is.
My Instagram is Annique Oyinlola.
Oh, do you want to spell that out for them?
ANNIQUE and then OYNLOLA.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the screen here too.
So you're Yoruba.
Wow. Yeah.
Why are you going looking at me? He's Yoruba too.
It's not.
It makes sense now. Makes sense.
I'm surprised you didn't mention Yoruba men as red flags.
Oh, they are. That's what my ex was.
You were walking red flag.
Nah, I'm yellow. I'm yellow. I give warnings. Nah, at least you give warnings. It's a yellow flag at the end of the day. Give warnings, it's better than red.
At least you
red
can
is a no go. You know what?
Yellow is like
warning.
I'm staying away from warning. Warning. What the
But
heck?
at least it warns you,
Huh?
It's like, can you do this? You're like, yeah, I really want this. And he gave it to you. Like
telling you there's red flag. There are red flags here. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's the warning. Yellow means there's red.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Anyways, make sure you guys smash the like button for us. Follow us on social media at JSI_podcast on Instagram, on TikTok. YouTube is Josh Obang. Yeah, it's gonna be up there. But yeah, follow me on the social media platform at official Obang AU. But yeah, that is the end of today's podcast. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace out.